What's up, YouTube? It's the Big Fish Network, home for Miami Dolphin fans worldwide. I'm your host, Dave Wave, back on the set. We got confirmation that Tua's going to be out for Week 5 game against the Jets. The team had media avails this week, and they asked Tyreek how Tua was doing, and they also wanted to know if the offensive scheme is going to need to be scaled down or revised with Teddy in there. And this is what he had to say.
Have you had a chance to talk to him the last couple of days? Just your read on how he's doing?
Yeah. Tua's fine. I've had a chance to, talk to him on our off days, but really nothing to talk about further, man. Tua's fine. He's in good hands, so, yeah.
Did you get a chance to talk about the Bengals coach that was shot at the end of Thursday night?
Nah, man, I got no comments on that, I really don't wanna, jump into anything crazy. But only thing I know is that I'm gonna take care of business next time. Whenever I face, him or whoever, dog. Cheetah don't want no smoke, man. But all I ask for is, when the players are, playing and talking trash, that's all fun and games, man. It makes the game funner. A lot of people think that, I got smoke with Eli Apple. It's all love, man. So I'm not a rapper. I don't got beef with anyone. So, but I feel like when a coach, comes at me in a certain way, and I feel like it's something deeper, then obviously I won't smoke. So, I'm just focused on the next game right now.
With Tua being down, can you just talk about maybe the comfort level you have with a guy like Teddy coming in who's a veteran of this league, kind of learning the offense like you are?
The offense is in great hands with Teddy. Obviously, it's going to be a different change of pace because every quarterback has a, different playing style. But for me, man, I'm just going to go out there and do what I've been doing, and every team I've been on. And they're just playing hard, giving 110 effort, doing what I got to do to help this team win games.
It's good to hear that the young champ is in the locker room smiling, and judging by Tyreek's vibe, you know what I'm saying? When they asked him the question, it seemed like, that we're taking precaution right now with Tua, but he's going to be back in action soon, which is good. And we rooting for him. I think by and large, most fans want Tua to be the franchise quarterback, myself included. I would love for us to sign him long term, but he may need to train with Trent Dilfer on when to get rid of the football, how to protect himself when he gets sacked, and how to just accept that he's going to get sacked on certain plays. You got to live to fight another day. You can't be trying to, when you're going to the ground, trying to still release the ball. Just throw the ball when you have time. Throw the ball within 3 seconds or less if you can. I don't mind him scrambling and running with the football as long as he's using the shoulder pads and less of his helmet. But, the way his body stiffened up after that hit to his head on the turf, that was scary. And Dr. Bennett Omalu, who's inspired the film Concussion, where he was played by Will Smith, he thinks it's too dangerous for Tua to play, and he thinks that he should just call it a career. Just call it quits right now. Now, the last video, I talked about Skylar Thompson and Teddy Bridgewater, and I said that if Tua's going to be out for 5 games or more, then, or if he calls it a career, then I think we should roll with Skylar Thompson as the starter for the Miami Dolphins. And I think we should give the kid a shot, which means we're going to have to cut Teddy Bridgewater. And if that's the case, unless he show up and show out against the Jets or any other games that he plays, because I ain't gonna lie, if Teddy balls out of control and he plays out of his mind and he's delivering the football to all our receivers, spreading the wealth and turning these guys into real estate agents, then yeah, I would say keep him for maybe another 3 or 4 years. He's young. Teddy's still a young quarterback, believe it or not. He's just not younger than Skylar Thompson, and I think we would have more of a brighter future with Skylar Thompson over Teddy Bridgewater. Now, besides Skyler, here's my top list of quarterbacks that I think the Dolphins should target and build around for the next 3 years, maybe even more. Obviously, quarterback Lamar Jackson. He's only 25 years old, 6'2", 230 pounds. He got a 39-14 win-loss record as a quarterback, complete 64.2% of his passes, 10,860 yards already. I mean, everything to like about him as a quarterback. 95 touchdowns to only 35 interceptions. And, I mean, you getting production both running and passing. If we get Lamar Jackson on this team, we might as well just get rid of all our running backs because we don't even need running backs on this team no more. We'll have the fastest squad ever assembled. I mean, we could pretty much just keep one. Keep Mostert and maybe trade Ahmed and all them other running backs for we need more linemen. Maybe have more linemen on the team. I know you can't really do that, but that's how fast this team would be. And that's how explosive, man. Imagine what Action Jackson could do with Hill, with the cheetah and the penguin on the team. That shit gonna be ugly, man. That shit gonna be stank. I'm telling y'all, man. Like for real. But you know, the Ravens, they've kept details of the contract negotiations with Lamar Jackson under wraps, which means it's probably not going too well right now, you know, and they probably stalling, trying to work out a deal. He done already turned down a 5-year extension offer worth over $250 million with $133 million guaranteed at signing, according to the media outlets. And that extension will run through 2027, and it'll have increased the total of value of Jackson's deal right now to just under $274 million over 6 years. That's not a bad deal, you know. And Jackson, he's representing himself. He don't have an agent. I think, you know, him and his family members is helping him out or whoever. But, you know, Jackson would have played out the $23 million 5th-year option of his rookie deal before the extension started in 2023. The extension years in the Ravens deal would have paid Jackson a higher average salary than the deal signed this summer by Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson and Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray. And also it'll have more, it'll be more guaranteed money in there too. But, you know, Lamar looking at Deshaun Watson them deal, you know, he looking like, hey, this man, he got legal trouble. This man, his team's been losing. And, you know, say what you want about Deshaun. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Deshaun is legit now. But the Texans been getting their ass whooped. You know, and wins and losses is also a quarterback stat. I agree with all of the media heads that say that. I'm also in that bunch that also feels the same way. You know, and like I said, Wilson signed a $242.5 million deal earlier this year that averaged $48.5 million annually and includes $161 million guaranteed, and then, you know, about a little bit more than Kyler Murray's. But like I said, he looking at the Deshaun Watson them deal and he want more. Plus, he liked the tweet saying that, you know, it'll be good to see him in a Dolphins uniform. So, and he from the crib, he from Dade County, so he'll be perfect. He'll fit the vibe of the city. I love to see Lamar Jackson in a Fins uniform, even if Tua is healthy, you know. And I'm sorry, Tua, you my dog. There's no bigger supporter you got than me. I'm a big fan of Tua. Like I said, I really want him to be the franchise quarterback. But God damn it, man, it's Action Jackson. It's Action Jackson, man. And, you know, if he want to come to the crib, we might have to go get him. Chris, you might have to work out the numbers. I don't know who we got to cut, who we got to make room for him, but, man, we're going to have to do something. Maybe, trade Gesicki. and Gesicki, you my dog. I want you on this team. I want you to be a Dolphin for life. But, man, look, dog. You'll understand. If we gotta trade you for Lamar Jackson, Byron Jones, y'all might have to be out of here, man. That's just how I gotta go. We can get him. But I would say if we can't get Lamar Jackson, we could also try to get Lamar Jackson light, which is Tyler Huntley. He's only 24 years old, backing up LJ, 6'1", 195 pounds. I do think he need to get in the weight room. I think, he should consider bulking up to maybe about 215 pounds at least, so he can do the same thing he's been doing with the Ravens, scrambling and I can't even tell if it's him or Lamar Jackson on the field when they playing. And I would say the NFL, they completely slept on Tyler Huntley's skills. Whoever was scouting, Mike Mayock or whoever not Mike Mayock, but, Todd McShay and, whoever's scouting these players, y'all completely looked over Tyler Huntley, man. He started 2 games for the Ravens last year and played most of another when Lamar exited early in the Cleveland game with an ankle injury. And that Cleveland game, he looked like a starter, man. He looked like a starter, and he's played about as well as Lamar Jackson stat-wise. He had a slightly higher passer rating than Jackson, 88.8 to 87. And him and Jackson averaged identical 5.8 yards per carry running the football. So he can give you the same production in that on the ground as well. He's fast. He's good at recognizing the pass rush and using his legs to get out of trouble. Has a good arm, and a player with his talent at the NFL's most important position is obviously worth taking a chance on. And I thought, you would think in the draft that players that needed quarterbacks would have looked at him, but they didn't. He went undrafted, wasn't even invited to the scouting combine, not even as an extra quarterback, just to throw to some of the receivers to get they press up. And several quarterbacks who were invited to the combine in 2020 that had already washed out of the NFL was watching him on, against Cleveland and the other game that he played against the Packers, I believe. And even if you look at his college tape, he was a 3-year starter at Utah, was chosen first team all Pac-12 in 2019. That's over Justin Herbert. To all the Justin Herbert lovers out there, he was chosen over Justin Herbert in the Pac-12. And Herbert is viewed as one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. I would say, and this is in no particular order from here, but I would say if we can't get Lamar Jackson, try to get Tyler Huntley. Again, I trade Gesicki, you my dog. I want you on the team, but if they want you and we can get Tyler Huntley and Tua his career's over, we should try to get Tyler Huntley and maybe build around him. If not him, quarterback C.J. Stroud at Ohio State. So I'm going college here. That means in the draft, we're going to have to try to find a way. We got a number 1 pick. We lost our pick because of Stephen Ross, and the whole Flores fiasco. But, that situation. But we could try to find a way to get maybe a higher pick. We could try to get a number 2 pick. Maybe trade Byron Jones to a team. Try to see if we can get a number 3 pick for him, a second round pick for Byron Jones. He's a good corner. He's still one of the, even though he's injured right now, he's still one of the best corners in the league. He don't get a lot of interceptions, but every cornerback gives up big plays sometimes. We just saw Xavier Howard gave up a big play to T. Higgins in the Bengals game. It happens. Byron Jones is still a good corner. We can still get value for him. Maybe we can move up in the draft and get C.J. Stroud. 21 years old, 6'3", 215 pounds. He arrived at Ohio State in 2020 and he redshirted. Last year, this man passed for 4,435 yards, 44 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. So far this year, he's thrown for 1,376 yards, probably more than that. 18 touchdowns and 2 picks. not bad. I think, and at 21 years old, that's the difference between rolling with CJ Stroud versus Skylar Thompson. Skylar Thompson is great, but he's 25. He's an older rookie. CJ Stroud is 21. So maybe we can try to draft CJ, start Skylar Thompson for the next 2 years. If he flop his first year, we can automatically go to CJ Stroud. If Skylar balls, we'll keep him. CJ will be 22. Skylar play another year. We'll see how he do then. If we don't make no progress, though, we don't get to the playoffs, then we can put CJ Stroud in and build for the future with him. Shit, he got a long time to throw touchdowns to Waddle and Hill. So, I mean, CJ Stroud is a great option. The next quarterback I would target, obviously, is Jimmy Garoppolo. He's 30 years old, about the same age as Teddy Bridgewater, but he has more. There's more. We know that Jimmy G can run this offense. Jimmy G has already proven that he can he can take the 49ers to the Super Bowl. He can run Mike McDaniel's offense. So we already know that if he got the weapons that we got right now, we should be able to go to the Super Bowl again. And then that way we shouldn't have to trade nobody on the team. We can keep Mike Gesicki, roll with Jimmy G, and shit, I'd be happy with rolling with Jimmy G for the next 5 years and building a team around him. Why not? He's only 30. I mean, you look at 2017, he was acquired, from the Patriots. The 49ers at the time, they had a 1-9 record. They lost one more game, and after that, he became the starting quarterback, and the 49ers won their last 5 games. Not only did they win 5 straight, but 3 of the wins was against teams that made the playoffs in 2017, and it seemed like the 49ers pretty much was on the right track. 2018, Jimmy G only played 3 games in that season before sustaining a season-ending ACL tear that would have him out for the year, and the 49ers finished 4-12. 2019, that turned out to be the type of year that everybody was hoping for. 49ers will win their first 8 games and finish the season with a 13-3 record, which was the best in the NFC at the time. And they pretty much scored 30 points in more than 8 games, and only 2 games where they scored less than 20 points. So the production is there with Jimmy G. Call him a game manager. Say whatever you want. If the game plan is we're going to be a power running team, which is what the 49ers game plan was, then we don't need we can take our deep shots when the defense least expect it. We don't need to just be taking deep shots just to take deep shots. I know fantasy owners don't like that, but that's, this is about winning Super Bowls. And, Garoppolo started every game in 2019. He is kind of injury prone as well, just like Tua. He never suffered a concussion, but he get dinged up, Even when he was with the Patriots, he got hurt and they had to put Brissett in. So, but 2019, he started every game. He was an effective player in big time moments. You think back to the shootout against the Saints when they had Breeze. The 49ers, they won that game 48-46 with Garoppolo throwing 349 yards and 4 touchdowns that game, going toe-to-toe with Breeze. They followed that up by winning 2 postseason games to advance to the Super Bowl, and Garoppolo, he kind of disappointed in the postseason, and that's kind of the knock on him. He totaled only 208 passing yards combined in those 2 games. In the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, the 49ers should have won that game. They jumped to a 20-10 lead, and they let it slip away in the 4th quarter. That's also a knock on them. And then 2020, that began with a lot of optimism off the Super Bowl appearance, but just like 2018, Jimmy G got hurt, and the 49ers, they finished 6-10. Now, against the Rams recently, this game that just passed, Garoppolo completed 16 of 27 passes, 239 yards, 1 touchdown on that Monday night game against the Rams, added 3 yards on 1 rushing attempt, and that 57-yard pass to Deebo Samuels, if they get that clicking again, the 49ers might end up winning that division. The next quarterback I would target if I was the Dolphins is quarterback Will Levis. He's 23 years old, out of Kentucky, 6'3", 231 pounds, played for the Penn State Nittany Lions in 2019 and 2020, and then he transferred to Kentucky as a junior in 2021 last year. Lewis played in a total of 13 games. He passed for 2,827 yards on 352 attempts, and he put up a completion percentage of 65.9 for an average of 8.0 yards per attempt with 24 touchdowns and allowed 24 sacks with a quarterback rating on the year of 97.8. As a runner, he logged 98 runs for a total of 516 yards at an average of 5.3 yards a run. So he run 2 times, that's a first down. And they say he ran a 4.72 in the 40. When you look at his scouting report, some of his strengths are he's very accurate with the football, especially on the intermediate and the long passes, which we like, and that's good. That'll fit well in this offense. Flashes good anticipation and placement on his intermediate outs, and he got a good ability to lead his receivers on the deeper throws, which that's what we want to take advantage of the vertical speed that we got down the field. You look at his stats last year, it probably underrates his performance. He threw some interceptions, but some of them interceptions was a result of receiver making mistakes as opposed to, him being inaccurate, with the football. But he showed incredible movement after transferring to Kentucky, and a lot of scouts they think that a lot of his skills can translate, and his quick release can make him process really, really well, especially for like a Sean McVay type offense, which is basically McDaniel's style of offense. He is coming off a tough loss against Ole Miss, but NFL teams are much higher on how, like I said, his skills will translate to the next level. And the next quarterback, y'all may disagree with me on, but I think would definitely be an option as well, and that's quarterback Jordan Love, who's backing up Aaron Rodgers with the Green Bay Packers. He's still young. He came in. He kind of reminds me of C.J. Stroud in the fact that he came in the league young. I think he came in at 21. He's 23 right now. If we were to draft C.J. Stroud, he'd be 21. But Love was a hot name in draft circles heading into the 2019 season. You look at his sophomore year in 2018, he averaged 8.6 yards per attempt and tossed 32 touchdowns. That's what they like to see. And that production combined with his physical prowess created some buzz around him as a potential first-round pick. But whatever goodwill Love had built up with analysts dissipated when they saw him make some bad throws and turn the ball over with interceptions. So he's interception prone. But you look at his strengths, which are obvious from the moment you take a look at his film, is that he pretty much looks the part as far as the prototype quarterback that they're looking for. 6'4", 225, got the frame that you want, for a quarterback, and he got a good live wire arm to go with it. Like a lot of big quarterbacks, he can rifle throws outside the numbers. Sometimes it's hard to process how fast the ball gets to the receiver because he get the ball out so fast. It almost looked like the tape is sped up when you watching him on film. And like I said, he was a little inaccurate at times, but I wouldn't say his accuracy is his major flaw. most of his throws is on target. He does got good touch, but even and that's even when he's on the move. Even when you see him rolling out on waggles, he still, is pretty accurate and has good touch with the football. But, and also his receivers that he had at Utah wasn't really that good. Like, y'all got to judge these quarterbacks based on the weapons that they have as well. Tannehill with Henry is different than Tannehill with, Damian Williams. I mean, it's night and day, You look at Aaron Rodgers right now struggling with his young receivers that he have right now. Not Romeo Doubs, who I wish we would have drafted. Romeo Doubs is going to be a Pro Bowl receiver. Y'all watch what I tell y'all. I hope y'all got him in on y'all fantasy teams as well. But them other receivers, he's struggling with them. And even Kansas City, they're not the same without Tyreek Hill. We looking like Kansas City with Tyreek Hill. So, a musician is only as good as the sounds that he has. And the same thing with an offense. It's only as good as the players that they have. But that's all I got. These are the quarterbacks that I think, again, we should target just in case, if Tua is not going to be able to be our quarterback, which, health is most important. Yeah, I want him to be our quarterback, but I also want him to be able to be a family man. He got married, he got a wife, he got a bright future, man. Tua, if you good, I expect you to be playing after this week. You better be on the field. I hope you click and clutch your protocol, and let's get back to doing what we was doing. Running that motion offense, slinging that ball deep down the field to our weapons, looking like Duper and Clayton Part 2. God damn it. Let's get back to it. We gonna all of this concussion shit gonna die out once they see you looking like how you was looking the first 3 weeks. But that's all that gotta happen. But if not, if you decide to call it quits, these are the quarterbacks I think we should target. Let me know the 5 y'all think we should target. Let me know quarterbacks maybe I didn't mention that's not on my list, that y'all might be thinking about. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. You could also donate to the channel. I put a button there. Make sure and click that button and you can donate through PayPal. Just donate $1, And, I appreciate all my subscribers, all the people that's already subscribed to the channel. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. Thanks for joining the network and being a part of the family. Till next time, signing off. Y'all know what it is.